Welcome to a very special first look at WDWNT VR, the virtual resort project we announced back in September at WDWNT, the 10th anniversary, and we've shared very little information thus far. We had a big post announcing the project. We announced at the event, and we've shown you guys some screenshots, a couple which you're looking at now, and a couple which we've tweeted over the course of the last, I don't know, 2 months.
Yeah.
And so tonight, it's 4:15. Today, we're going to talk a bit more about what we're doing and actually show you inside the project what we're up to. So this really is the first look inside and the first time we're really talking about what we're doing with this whole thing. So joining me are a couple of people who are working on the project, Jose Castillo, Connor Persicki. There are other people on this project who aren't with us, but it's certainly, and we're going to be looking for more people as well. So if you watch this video and you're like, I really want to get involved in this, I feel like this is something I can contribute to, we'll have information on how you can do that later on in this broadcast. So there's what we showed back in September, and we talked about this. The idea behind this is, number one, with all the stuff that's closed at the parks the last couple of years, we thought it'd be kind of cool if there was some way you and your family or friends could meet online and like go and do things that maybe you can't actually do in a Disney theme park anymore. That was the first. And the second thought was it just be a really cool community aspect. And I think there's so many VR projects, and even I think there's some other theme park people out there trying to do VR projects. And a lot of them are going more for hyper realism. And I think that's great and everything, but we wanted to do something that's more of a community aspect and felt a little more real, like maybe offered actual entertainment, like fireworks shows, nighttime spectaculars, parades, atmosphere entertainment, character interactions, things of that sort. Maybe the kind of things that, and there's some great VR projects out there for individual attractions. Some come to mind, Star Tours. I know there's a really great one out there, and certainly not knocking any of those. They're really phenomenal things, but we really wanted to offer something that was, if you were home and unable to go to Disney Park, but you wanted to have somewhat that experience at your computer, how could we do that? How can we make it like a real experience where you could choose, like, oh, I want to ride this and then that, and maybe we'll go do this thing, and you could go shopping and do all sorts of weird things, maybe go to the bar even. Do all sorts of crazy things, things you would do if you're spending a real day at the Disney parks, but sort of do it in a way only WDWNT can do. So definitely have a lot of our character and a lot of things you love about the Disney parks. And that's kind of in a nutshell what we're going for. Obviously, this show is being done during our big live show. We're on for 50 hours to benefit Toys for Tots this weekend. A quick reminder to please donate at toys.wdwnt.com if you're listening or watching this during the event. But that's why we'll be taking any questions or comments people have in the chat at wdwntunes.com, or I suppose we could also do the YouTube chat as well. Yeah. Anything you guys want to say before we get into this?
This is far from done. What you're going to see.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We're not close.
Yeah, what you're seeing today is very much a very early stages, and a lot can change. So what you see today may change later. So
yeah,
and it'll only improve and get better. So,
and we could talk about that as we walk
sure.
through some different things, and yeah. But anyway, a little bit of backstory. What we're running on, this whole thing is done through Second Life, which has been around for a very long time. And it's this really cool thing that sort of works as a building software, and also you socially can interact with people. And that's kind of what we like about it. Like, yeah, it offers the opportunity to build a virtual Disney theme park and resort. But it does also offer the ability for social interaction and things like that. And we have done stuff like this before, sort of as a team building exercises way back in the day when the website was very young. We would basically do what we had to do, and then between that, like if we had some downtime, Connor, Jose, and I, and a bunch of other people on staff would get on here and fool around with stuff like this. So this is not the first time we've done this, and a lot of the things you're going to see actually that are close to done are probably things we did before and are now plussing or trying to make better now that it's been a couple years. And we can really play around with them more. But there is a lot here also that we're doing that's brand new and a first for us, and we'll see how it goes. This is a very experimental blue sky thing we're doing, and you know, it's going to need a lot of feedback and input from all of you for what you want out of it as well.
Yep, absolutely.
So we should probably just show people for the first time what we're doing. Right, I'm going to go to screen share now. Give me a moment to do this or start this. I'm sleeping.
Good job.
So here we are. Zoom in a little bit. We're out in front of the front of the first park, and I say first park because the initial plans we said we were going to do some Epcot stuff as well. That's going to be a little further down the road. We're starting with doesn't have a name yet, but basically the Studios Park is our first project. So there'll be things sort of inspired by Hollywood Studios, California Adventure, things along those lines. And again, we're taking a lot of liberties with it. It's an amalgamation. It's going to be sort of a idealized version of what existed or exists in real life. And again, this is still very early. A lot isn't done. And so you're getting a very early look at exactly what we're doing here. And you can see here is the entrance, which is going to be that Pan-Pacific entrance area. And again, you're going to see water and things you're not supposed to see because we're very early on here. But you got that Pan-Pacific entrance, and we have little information booths and shops and things that'll be out here. And I guess we could walk. We'll take a walk in then. All this concrete is very unfinished. This was probably just textured for the time being, so it didn't look like, you know, white blocks or wood grain. You know, we just wanted to make it look decent at least. And you got the crossroads of the world, just like you'd find at Hollywood Studios. And Mickey's up there somewhere, if I can show him. Yeah, here he is. And yeah, so you enter in, it'll be Hollywood Boulevard, an idealized, very idealized version, combining a lot of different things from Buena Vista Street, Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood Boulevard, just sort of a best of kind of scenario. We just kind of picked the things we liked the most. And yeah. And so we do have like a street. The idea is we will have parades. There'll be fireworks over. You can see our icon is the Chinese theater. I should probably go to midnight, right?
Go to sunset.
Sunset, you think?
Yeah, go to sunset.
Sunset. There we go. Make things a little prettier, and because we have some night lights on and stuff, you guys get a better idea of exactly what's going on here. So there's the Chinese theater at the end of the street. There'll be fireworks over that on select evenings. We'll do parades. There'll be atmospheric entertainment at times. There is a red car trolley that will run and offer transportation through the area. That'll be probably our simplest attraction. But it's cute and it works, and you can virtually ride in the red car trolley if that floats your boat.
Just like Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, we should actually just take a walk down the street. I think it's a good idea. You see Oscars, but see again, we're very undone. Like there should be a road into the gas station here. We're not there yet. We've moved Carthay Circle onto the main boulevard here, which is more like the California Adventure one. We have the Storyteller statue, which you'll find at California Adventure, a recreation of that. We're going to take a stroll down the street here. It's going to be real choppy in the YouTube video. I want you guys to know that it obviously runs very smooth when you have the Second Life application, and there's a lot of options that are going to be there. There's going to be a browser option too, Jose. Is that right? That's a thing they offer? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
I said yes.
Okay. Didn't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
You might have still been muted when you said it.
I think Second Life is like taking up all my bandwidth.
Yeah, it is hard to stream and do Second Life. It's not usually a thing you do. Typically, when you run this, you probably don't want to have other things.
And just to ask a question, someone asked, will it be open world and can you talk to other guests? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very much open world, and you will definitely be able to interact with other guests via voice or text. So. Yeah,
because we want a community aspect. The idea is, you certainly can go with people you know already and be like, oh, hey, tonight you want to hop on there and see this thing and blah, blah, blah. But the other idea is you might meet people when you come here. The same as like a forum would have worked like 10 years ago.
Right.
You meet people and talk, and then maybe you form a friendship and hang out. That's kind of what we want. And then a lot of you, obviously, within our WDWNT community, you guys come to the News Tonight every week and things like that. You all know each other already. You'll have these opportunities to come here. And actually, speaking of community, I'm going to take a quick jog back down the street here for a moment. Again, the Carthay Circle Theater is very unfinished. It will be home to Walt Disney One Man's Dream. We figured since Hollywood Studios doesn't show that on a consistent basis, we will. People really like that film, so we'll have that here, and we'll have a couple of little we'll have rotating history exhibits of sorts out there. But there's like a little doorway back here. I don't know.
What are we ready for?
I don't know.
There is a doorway and a staircase, very unfinished back here. I'm not going to go up it, but maybe people who are part of a club or something would be able to go in there. I don't know.
Sponsored by Patron.
There you go.
You should check, Patreon.
Yeah.
Maybe Patreon people.
Yeah, maybe. So that's all. Hollywood Boulevard is generally more completed than most areas. As we get out here, you're going to see a lot of very unfinished things. I'm going to warn you. This is really rough. And maybe some things that have names of things we used to do on them that we haven't removed yet. So here's the Chinese Theater, very much in progress. But it's a pretty nice recreation. And obviously, we're going to do the Great Movie Ride. It's going to be down the line a little bit. There's a lot of work we have to do. But you see, this is a really nice. We haven't textured this right.
Somebody says that we need to do a virtual Order of the Seven game.
Oh, geez.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is going to be the Great Movie Ride at some point in time, and we're working on it. And I think I could actually walk in and give you a small preview.
Why are you walking through a planner, Tom? Come on.
I know I did walk through.
You're encouraging bad behavior.
When you visit, please do not walk through our planters.
There'll be.
We'll have to put in a virtual fence. You can see this gives you an idea, a look behind the construction process with this application. Everything's blocks. I know, like Minecraft does that kind of stuff. A similar building thing. But that's how we build stuff. We take all these shapes and put them together, and then we have to texture them, and that makes a finished product. And in here, you can actually see kind of something happening. There may or may not be. This is not staying, by the way, because that's not what the vehicles look like. But
wasn't me.
No, I know. Matt did that, and I told him. I was like, "There's no clapboards on them. Get those off of there." And the marquee and stuff. And we're again very early on. It could be well over a year or more before the Great Movie Ride is finished. But
what was I gonna say?
It's down the line.
If you're familiar with like Minecraft and other 3D software like that, they're very blocky. Second Life has the aspect of using a real 3D engine behind it, so everything you're seeing is very much 3D rendered, and the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
If you and Connor has one really cool aspect, a little behind the scenes. Second Life uses their own kind of language to script and build, and Connor over the years has kind of learned that and has a lot of experience with that. So a lot of things you'll see are very custom, and the possibilities are endless. So.
Yeah, and speaking of endless possibilities, I want to walk over here. This area is really unfinished.
This is like, we literally just plop things down.
Yeah, like this is, and you're actually seeing, it's really like Second Life is amazing. And it's really a shame sometimes it has such a bad rap for other things. Because there's some really amazing things. I want to show you something. This is the actual control panel and control panels that are used for pretty much the most complicated thing we've ever done inside of this is World of Color. We did a full digital representation of World of Color, and it really blew people away. It was a really cool thing. It was something, again, we did in our off time years ago, and it just turned out really, really great. And this is just control panels. And Connor, I'm sure there's way more stuff you use.
Yeah.
And,
you don't want to see my screen when we get to run World of Color.
This is just the stuff we have to physically leave out to make that show happen. But there are like heads-up displays and all kinds of things that Connor and I have to wear and use to make this thing happen. And actually, you can see Connor has it in sort of like a display mode right now. I'm going to drop down here. And we'll take a look at How should I go to nighttime? You don't have any lighting set up.
No, you can just leave it at sunset.
Yeah, so we don't have lighting or anything set up yet. So what you're seeing is not even close to what World of Color is or is going to be. So you're just looking at the fountain system, which is really great. Like, that's what I love about Second Life is there's all this pre-existing stuff that you can take and mold to what you want to do. And as you can see here, we're getting a lot of fountain movement, and it looks a lot like the real thing, especially when they test the fountains during the day, is kind of what you're looking at now.
And when you have to, again, the stream chops it up a lot, but when you're in, if you have a computer that has a dedicated graphics card and works really, really well, like this will look even better, like all the particles and everything. And
we even implement things like glow of the show ears that your avatar can wear and things like that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of fun things with this, and this will be a since Paradise Pier is going away. We originally weren't going to do the pier, but since Paradise Pier is going away, I guess we're going to have Mickey's Fun Wheel and a place for you to watch World of Color. You can see there's a facade back there for Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta. Obviously, we don't have virtual food. You're not going to eat virtually.
Maybe we will. Who knows?
Maybe you'll drink virtually.
Maybe you can get a virtual drink.
And then over here, very early version of the Silly Symphony Swings. We're not even going to look at that because that's not the actual thing.
I don't even know. I don't even. That's not even the one. Because I build one. If you.
No, that's not it. That's
the toy. That's the toy.
That's the toy Connor left out by accident.
Gotcha. And then it grew very large.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of that.
Yeah, get rid of that. We don't even look at that.
I don't want to.
So yeah, there's nothing back here because this is not even close to done.
Are you gonna show the trader?
No, don't go in there.
No, but off in the distance, there's something over there, and it's really cool, and we'll show you that at a later time. That one's got to stay, I think, kind of a surprise. I think.
All right.
Yeah. We'll go over here. We'll go to the back lot. I'm going to walk them around into the back lot over here. So it is a Studios Park. I want to show you guys some of the other attractions and things we're going to do. Back here... you're going to go through this arch, and you're going to be in the back lot. And again, this is far from done. We're giving you guys a very early look because we feel like it's been a couple months, and we want to talk about it, what we're doing, and show you.
Yeah, we don't want anybody to think that that we forgot. And someone asked, was that guy flying? Currently, because we're in the process of building and all that, we have full admin rights on so that we can maneuver and do things.
Think of it like a builder mode, like in video when they design video games, they have like a God mode, where they can fly around, so that way they can make sure things are the way they're supposed to look or working correctly, and that's kind of what we're doing. You won't be able to fly in the theme park. There's there's no fantasy life aspect. The idea is it would really. It's a VR experience. It's virtual reality, and that you're going to be able to virtually recreate what you do when you go to a theme park.
Think of Tron.
Is it still sunset, or did my date?
It is. It's still sunset.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So we will have New York and San Francisco streets. During most of the year, this will be home to the backlot tours starring Catastrophe Canyon. Where obviously we're not going to virtually build movie props because it's silly. So what we're going to do is you'll board. You'll see it's back there. We have the trams. So you'll board the tram, and it'll take you through a tunnel, and the tunnel will go to Catastrophe Canyon, and Catastrophe Canyon will happen, and then it'll bring you back. So it won't be the full backlot tour, but we wanted to really have Streets of America, and we're like, well, we got to at least have some use for it most of the year, and so.
And maybe down the road, we have the Tom Corliss Spectacle of Dancing Lights.
The Corliss Family Spectacle of Dancing Lights. No, so all year round you could walk around New York Street, and there'll be the tram tour going to Catastrophe Canyon. It's a nice short trip. And then
somebody asked, do we have any idea of how many parks we're looking to make?
At the very least 2, and we're going to see how the project goes from there. Yeah. The project right now is viewed as nonprofit, but down the road that could change. It's not uncommon to have donation boxes and things like that in this game, so that's probably
we won't.
We'll do. We're not going to charge admission any.
Right, I was going to say there's never going to be a feed experience. Yeah. This will be free. If you decide that you want to get a virtual headset and buy it, by all means, we'll have as we get closer, we'll have more information as to the best ways to experience this.
Yeah, because there will be VR through headset. Like
correct,
that's going to exist too. But at the same time, you could use your browser or get the app. Like this is not like an exclusive. We're not looking to exclude anybody with WDWNT VR. It really will be something that everybody with a computer can do.
And I think I want to something. We call it WDWNT VR, but it doesn't necessarily mean virtual reality. I think what did we said virtual resort.
Well, it's virtual resort, yeah, but it really is VR. I mean, it is.
I think
you can have the headset and you can make it like a VR experience, but at the same time, I mean, it can be browser based.
And yes, we will sell virtual rose gold ears, but they'll be extremely limited and only 5.
Yeah. And that's again for the money aspect. There is a virtual currency in the game, and again we'll have like a donation box thing, and then also there will be merchandise. So if you have your avatar in the game and you want to buy a WDWNT T-shirt in virtual reality, that will be available. So we'll have cool little fun things like that, and they won't cost like a ton of real money. Like currency in this game, it may cost you $1 or less to buy some sort of virtual apparel or whatever. But again, it'll be completely free. There's no admission charge, and if you never want to spend a cent on it, you absolutely don't have to.
Yeah.
There will never be any sort of special event or anything that will exclude you from being there.
No. And someone asked, let's see, what VR headsets? Well, hold on. Let me back up for a second. When is the planned public debut? Wow. Well, we don't have
none. There's no date yet.
Yeah,
I will tell you 2018. That's what I'm willing to say.
Yeah, and we will make sure our WIGS members will get a priority access to try it out. And then, so if you want to be one of the first to know about it, I'm going to plug this. Definitely become a Patreon subscriber, because that's going to be your way to get into this early access. But we're still a ways away. And then what VR headsets will be supported? It runs through Steam. I think Steam supports Vive, HTC Vive, Oculus, and there's probably another one that I forgot. But you'll be able. We're going to put all this information out there. Don't worry about it. We'll have more information as we get closer. And then will you sell a WDWNT T-shirt in the game? Yes.
We'll sell tons. All the designs that exist on TeePublic will be available digitally.
Right. How censored will it be? Are there going to be mods? Okay. Here's kind of the thing. Is Second Life is a very open game world thing. We'll be monitoring people, and if we will have kind of a virtual security, where if somebody, we'll be monitoring everything that happens within the land, so we can view chat logs and all that. So if something happens in the public, we can kind of monitor that. But we're not too concerned about it. I mean, we're always going to have someone here.
Yeah. So the same rules that apply to chatting on WDWN Tunes and on our YouTube chat are absolutely would apply. We want a safe, fun environment.
Yep. And WIGS members are like APs. They'll be getting previews early. Correct.
They absolutely are. Yeah, and they'll have perhaps access to a special exclusive club.
Right. And how much will after hours tickets cost? We're still
$119 virtual dollars.
Yeah. You can send that to PayPal at WDWNT.com. Are there going to be impossible to get into D23 events? Absolutely. Jesus, guys, come on.
Parks blog, WDWNT blog meets.
Yep, there'll be blog meets that you can try to sign up for, but they'll probably be already filled by the time you get there.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm again very early. You're seeing things that you really even shouldn't be seeing, but we're giving you guys a really neat first look tonight. That's an and it's going to be outside of this thing, and this is Star Tours, and it's again very early, very unfinished.
Connor, you're in the way. Get out.
I'm going to take a quick peek here.
Here's original Star Tours 1.0 stuff.
Yeah, it is the original Star Tours. Just a quick peek inside, and then we're walking away. We're not even going deeper in there. Not doing it.
Where's the somebody asked if there's going to be a Robo Chapek monument.
I don't think so. Yeah, so we'll bring the original Star Tours back to life, because I think that's a cool thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely. We have It's interesting because over the years we've collected so much footage that you'll find on our YouTube channel and whatnot, and this is really good quality footage that can be utilized for so many other things.
Yeah.
And a lot of that will be utilized here, within screen-based attractions like Star Tours and whatnot. So,
but we're not just doing screen-based stuff. I want people to understand this will not be universal. We are doing things with quote unquote physical sets. I have to say quote unquote because I mean obviously this is a digital game.
Yeah.
But we are building sets for rides, and then there's sometimes just cool little things we're doing that maybe aren't in any real parks, but we wanted to throw them in here. You'll find stuff like that. And the one thing I want to talk about now is one of the rides we'll open with that is pretty amazing. This marquee will not stay. Keep in mind because we are doing. Great movie ride. It's a little too similar, maybe. Here at the Legend of Hollywood Theater, we will have the Indiana Jones Adventure, which, of course, was a really big pet project we did a couple years ago because that's like our favorite ride, and it just seemed like a really cool thing to work on a digital version of. And so, Connor, can we walk in here? Is that all right? You want to walk in here?
Yeah, we can walk in here.
Okay, and you could talk more about this because Connor has done a majority of the work in here. I've contributed some stuff, but Connor's doing all the coding and all that kind of stuff. So we have a theater lobby here with nods to the rest of the park. You may recognize some of this stuff from Hollywood and Vine at the studios, but all of it is theaters and buildings that also exist in our little park. And this is very early. Maybe you'll step through a movie screen. I don't know. Something like that'll happen. Again, this is all super early, very unfinished product. We're going to go up here. The car doesn't work yet, I assume, right?
The car looks like it's having a problem.
I'm just getting it so you can see it. It was in the wall right now.
Yeah, let's pull the vehicle out so at least it's there. Yeah, there's the Jeep.
There's a vehicle. There's our test vehicle.
And yeah, so we're down here.
You'll kind of be able to sit in the vehicle, and if you come with your friends,
you'll sit in the car and you'll ride the attraction. Yeah.
Yep. All you have to do is follow the pizza slices, and you'll be good.
Well, the pizza slices are programming. That's how we're programming the ride. Well, I'm letting people know. I don't want people to think, oh, it looked real bad in this preview. Like all these walls and everything are not done.
Let me see your.
And maybe like you go into the exit and it says, oh, don't touch this pole, and you click the pole, and oh no, there's spikes. Things like that might happen. I don't know. Connor rode away in the car, so I have to walk the ride. We don't advise when you visit that you walk the rides.
Well, you don't want to get in the car because it just went through a wall.
Oh, enjoy this first look because we will never show you this stuff again.
Yeah, wow.
We'll go through here.
Well, we reconfigured the ride path a bit in order to
and I'm walking through very quickly because this is unfinished. I just want to give you guys an idea, a rough idea of what that Jeep is going insane. We are very far from finished with programming. Oh, there's a door, and Indy's holding the door closed.
And that is an actual animatronic that will be animated.
Yeah, we're working on it. And there's a fire pit and all that kind of stuff happening here.
Hey, that looks familiar. If you saw our screenshots.
Yeah, no, we've showed a lot of screenshots of Indy because obviously it's one of the things that's furthest along, and I'm going to look down because this part's very unfinished. We're just looking at the ground. There's some skulls and fire and rocks and all sorts of things going on over here. And yeah, I'm not going to show you guys the final scene because the final scene's really awesome. And we got to keep something a surprise. So I'm going to walk back out the front here.
Will you be able to watch WDWNT live streams in the park? I don't see why not. That's
a really interesting idea. I don't know.
I have some ideas, but I don't want to mention them here. But we'll talk off air.
We'll see what happens.
Someone was wasting perfectly good pizza. I agree. Indiana Jones has a lot of more pizza than I remember.
Oh man, yeah. It's I don't know if you guys know the full name of the ride, but it's Indiana Jones and the Search for Pizza.
Let's follow the pizza market.
And the Lost Pepperoni. And I don't know. You guys probably have misheard this line a lot. It's don't look directly into the pies of Mara.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to step up here. We're going to go out the exit, which is very unfinished.
There is no exit.
Yeah, see, we're like in between a whole bunch of stuff you guys aren't supposed to see. But always remember, Real rewards await those who choose wisely.
So make sure you get pepperoni pizza.
And we're going to go back out here. So in case you're trying to keep track, the opening attraction lineup for us includes Star Tours, The Indiana Jones Adventure, Walt Disney One Man's Dream, the Red Car Trolley, World of Color, Mickey's Fun Wheel, and there may be additional.
Silly Symphony Swing, yeah?
Yeah, we're not sure about swings yet because we can't find it.
We can't find it. You have it?
I have it. I made it.
He has it. There you go. So Silly Symphony Swings. We couldn't find it. We didn't know where it was.
Go place that thing.
I'll find it.
I'm going to switch to midnight, show people a little nighttime. I wish we had the fireworks stuff installed, but we don't yet.
I do.
Oh, is it up there already?
There's a little bit of something up there we can play.
All right, hold on.
Not really.
We're not going to have music and stuff. I just want to show people what fireworks look like. This is what nighttime looks like, and I think it's really neat. And a big thing we used to do, Connor and I are real big fans of the nighttime entertainment stuff. So that's a majority of what we used to do. We never did in our off time a lot of rides and stuff like that. We did a lot of fireworks and World of Color and all that kind of stuff. And so there will be an emphasis on that on select nights where you can come and see all sorts of things. Where am I looking? I hear the fireworks. I don't know where you have them.
Above the theater.
I don't see them.
You have to get a bit closer, I think.
Oh, do you?
I don't know. I haven't used these in a while.
I don't see anything.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there they are. Look, they actually shoot behind the theater.
Yeah, I know, right? See, we can perfect all these things in real life that bother us. And this is very elementary, what you're seeing now. We have done some really complicated and fun things with fireworks in this game.
Yeah, they're fully choreographed shows.
Yeah, to music. And they have all sorts of cool effects. Fun fact, years before Disney Movie Magic, we once had the Chinese theater and we retrofitted it to turn into like the game grid of Tron. So years before Disney ever thought of doing that, we were doing it. So we do all sorts of fun things. So yeah. So again, yeah, we'll open with that. There's a few other surprises, things we haven't shown you, maybe things that are slightly off to the right in this shot right now that you can't really see. But we have all sorts of surprises and things. And again, the idea is over time, there's lots of things we want to roll out. Jose joked about it before, but obviously there's been some serious thought to trying the Osborne family spectacle of lights.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens with that. That's going to be a big project. Obviously, trying to code and make Osborne lights synchronized to music, and you could walk around it, and you know, all that kind of stuff is complicated, but we think it's doable. And you know, yeah, there is a lot of work left to be done, and we are looking for people who know 3D sculpting and things like that, and coding and things like that. So if this all seems like something that interests you and something you want to be a part of and help make happen, please contact us. You can contact me directly at tom@WDWNT.com. I'll be handling any inquiries related to VR. And yeah, we definitely need more help making this happen. It is a big project. It's a big fun side project for the website. It's something crazy and different, and we're just really excited to try it and see how people react to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like Tom said earlier, we did this for a while as fun, and now that WDWNT has reached a point where, I mean, we have the opportunity to do this and bring it to everybody. Like, it's going to be a fantastic experience once it's all said and done, and it's never going to be done, really. Like, the ability to expand and create and grow from here, it really. I think the biggest limit is just making sure that people appreciate and enjoy it, you know, at the end of the day. So, you know, Walt Disney once said something, imagination never complete. Yeah. And there's Tom looking at close-up shots.
I'm trying to set up like a real pretty
He's like trying to get a really good shot. There it is. No. What's that weird generic Ferris wheel in the background?
There we go. Look at that.
What programming language? Second Life actually uses their own language, which is similar to, I'd say, Java.
No, it's similar to a language called Lua, which is a pretty simple language.
So
But
it's
a version of that language, but it is their
Yeah.
own thing.
it's
It is
called
their own
Linden
language.
scripting language, and it's based on Java and C++. Voila. So if you know any of that stuff, reach out because yeah.
Yeah, we need help. Otherwise, it's going to take a very long time. Otherwise, it's going to be like the Edison. We're going to be pushing this thing off.
We're only so many people, and we only have so many hours in a day to be able to actually work on ourselves. But if we have more people interested, then we could open, tomorrow. But
yeah, and again, Epcot is still very much a thing we want to do. I know there's been so much talk about bringing back like the 1994 version of Spaceship Earth and doing illuminations, reflections of Earth. We've actually done it before, and it's really fantastic, and we really want to do that again at some point.
Yep.
And with like the real working globe and everything, it's really fun. And I know like we've talked about Journey into Imagination and bringing the dinosaurs back. It is, people can see the dinosaurs again on Universe Energy. Things like that. But again, this is it's a living, breathing thing, and I think that's what makes it different from. I remember so many other VR projects. It is amazing what people can do with sculpting and everything, and really make it look like real life. But it just felt sort of desolate and cold. I think when you experience something alone, and so I just thought it'd be cool if it's a real, living, breathing place, and other people are there, and you can interact with them, and you can go to shows and. Like it's a real living, breathing thing that changes day to day. Like we'll celebrate holidays. We will decorate the whole park for Halloween and Christmas, and there will be special things and seasonal things, and special events, and there's a lot of really cool things we're planning on doing, and that's the aspect that's really special for me, and that's why we kind of took, I think, in a lot of ways the Nintendo approach to it, where Nintendo is in the video game console war, but they don't focus so much on graphics as much as they focus on the content and making sure the content is fun and different, and that's what we're doing. We want it to be fun and different.
Nintendo.
I think in our approach, I think with other people that do VR projects, it's often about making it crisp and clean and perfect, but it's just this very cold, sterile experience. And here we're just trying to make a real, actual, working, living, breathing theme park on the internet.
Yep,
and that's what we're going for.
And yeah, it's not perfect, but it's not designed to be perfect. It's designed to be fun and a place for everybody to hang out.
Yeah.
So that next year, when we do this fundraiser, we can have a VR aspect to it too.
Yeah, exactly. They're provided it opens by November.
Provided that we're ready to rock and roll by next November.
I would think we will be open.
I think we definitely will have some aspects of it.
Yeah, something will be there. I'm looking at other questions we had. I was wondering what that noise was, and it's someone driving a car past me in the game. But anyway, I hear like a car engine.
Is Matt here?
Someone said props to you guys for attempting such an ambitious project. Thank you.
Yep.
I think you guys are going to love it. Like I really do think people are going to fall in love with it. Well, you add big groups of obnoxious Brazilian tourists trying to run people over to get to the next ride. We don't have Fast Pass. I'll let you guys.
We're going to script a bot that anytime you're about to get on a ride, a group of Brazilian people just show up and run you over, and then it crashes the game and you can't play anymore. It's very realistic. No annoying Brazilians.
I'm looking. I don't think we were looking at the YouTube chat.
Oh, there's a YouTube chat.
There's a YouTube chat. They're making a Disney World game. No, this isn't a game. This is a virtual theme park based on the Disney theme parks that you could visit and go on rides and see shows and all sorts of things. And that's what we're doing. Are they going to show it? We showed it. But some of these go back a while. I'm going through them now. It's going to be a custom Disney. Yeah, it is. It is just inspired by the actual parks. The last thing we wanted to do was just go like piece by piece and just make like what you can see in real life. Like we wanted to offer the rides. Like obviously the attractions will be very close to what they are in real life or were in real life. But otherwise, I think it's, we just wanted to make it maybe this idealized version of those parks. So like Studios and California Adventure, it's kind of what we most like about them. And if the two were kind of blended together and pieced together with what we like about them, that's kind of what we're going for.
Yeah, and we don't want to get sued by Disney either.
Well, I mean, it's not a for-profit project, so I can't imagine it.
Exactly, that's why it isn't.
Yeah.
It even looks great at this stage. Well, thank you, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's still very early, and for the most part, everything we showed you today is still really, really far from finished. I mean, Hollywood. That's why we've shown you so much of Hollywood Boulevard. Honestly, Hollywood Boulevard is the thing that is absolutely.
It's definitely the more and well, I guess we have Rock and Roller Coaster we're working on too.
Oh, I didn't even go over there. We can take a quick walk over there. We got 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not
it's not anything.
No, it's not.
It's there.
Well, you guys have messed with it a couple times. I don't know what's going on over here.
Matt built the thing.
Matt didn't build it. I built this.
Did you build it? Oh, you built it. I thought Matt.
So there's the gate. Like that. Yeah, there will be Rock and Roller Coaster. We may or may not open with this. I don't really know.
It's there. Somebody has to do it.
Yeah.
So we'll get to it, but a shell is built.
Yeah, there is like an entrance over there. And there's the red car trolley building. And our red car trolley building doesn't serve coffee. Our red car trolley building will actually have a trolley stop.
I don't know. It might have a Starbucks too, though.
I don't know. There'll be something in this hole here.
There's a hole there.
At some point. There is a hole there. Something will happen there. Yeah, and that's it. You see, we got Elias and Company. So again, a blend of everything. We got facades from California and Florida, living side by side. Oh yeah, we furnished inside here. We can go in, Elias. There will be stuff for sale in here, but you see, we did a little bit of furnishing in here. A couple of shelves, some plants, and things. We got 3 minutes left, so any other questions or comments people have, this would be the time to ask them. The dark room's going in here. We haven't finished this facade yet, but it's coming. We got Mortimer's, and there's a little fridge here, and you can pop open the fridge, and maybe there's some hidden stuff in there. I don't know.
We're doing another walkthrough tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, tomorrow there's another first look. I don't know if we'll show anything different.
We don't, but if you have any friends or anybody who's interested and misses this, please by all means.
Yeah,
we'll let them know
another chance to see what we're up to here.
And it'll be great because at 8 o'clock tomorrow, which is only about an hour before it ends, the fundraiser charity marathon, we had already reached our $7,002. It'll be great times.
Oh boy!
But
all
here
right, we still have 2 minutes.
Yes, and then Nerd Alert is on.
Let me look at the chat. Make sure we haven't missed anything. Oh, I probably should put it on something better looking than that.
Are y'all gonna have any loot boxes?
Loot boxes? No, there's no loot boxes.
It's Ben. Ignore him.
There's no winning this game. There's no objective to this game. It's not a game. It's just.
There's no.
This is not fun, guys. This is real. We don't have time for fun.
Man. Loot box. This guy.
There will be buffalo chicken nuggets at Backlot Express. I will make sure that happens.
You can virtually have some Ken's Honey Dijon.
Oh, yes, you know.
Oh, I missed that.
Currency should be after hours tickets. Okay.
We don't have a say in this and that.
Boy. All right, I'm going to kill the screen share. All right, well, that was our very first time showing you a first look at WDWNT VR. Again, we hope to open in 2018. When exactly, we're still figuring that out because this is a side project. A lot of people here on this project have everyday jobs, and the rest of us are doing a million other things. And so, obviously, it's a thing we're just doing sort of for fun on the side, but it is also a very serious project. We're excited about it, and we can't wait to, make this thing a reality. And I think it's just a really cool community thing. I think it'll be really neat to go with people and meet people and see what we're going to have here. And it will be this evolving thing that'll be changing all the time, and we'll keep adding to. And there's so many plans that really for the next couple of years we could keep it very, very interesting. So
yeah, it's gonna be exciting, and thank you guys for joining and this thing.
Yeah. Connor, anything you want to say before we end?
No.
But again, we're looking for help. So if any of this,
if you know Blender or Maya, or any 3D modeling program, please speak up.
One final question: can you play only with a VR headset, or can you play on a laptop via Steam? You do not need a VR headset, and if you have a Windows or Mac or Linux machine, because it supports Linux, all you have to do is download Second Life client, and you'll be able to hop on easily.
Yeah,
it's free. It's quick to make an account. You don't have to pay a cent unless you want to, and it's off and it's free to go. So you don't have to spend $900 on a VR headset.
Yeah. We got a final question. Have you heard of Magic Land?
Oh.
Some of us did work for Magic Land, which is another sort of thing that has existed in Second Life. We did Submarine Voyage and a couple other things with them back in the day.
We have.
And their hotel, they have a Magic Land hotel, which I think we pretty much built. So yeah, no, we were very active in Second Life, and there is a little theme park community in there, and yeah, we've been active there. And so the idea was all these years later, we kind of wanted to get back into it, and we thought about it. We're like, that with VR becoming so prevalent, this might be a really cool time to try and do something with this with WDWNT instead of just something we do for fun on the side. Maybe it could be something that really we can give some attention to, because WDWNT has a lot of eyes on it. So, we have a really big audience that we can, introduce this to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, so stay tuned for Nerd Alert.
Yeah, Nerd Alert coming up next, and thank you for joining us for our preview of WDWNT VR.
Thanks, guys.